Tonight, another 12 Hamas-held hostages made the now familiar walk to freedom as concerns quickly drift towards what happens next. As it stands, the extended truce that allowed another 10 Israelis, along with 2 Thai citizens, to be set free today expires less than 24 hours from now. Though a further pause in the war is possible, the threat of resumed Israeli attacks on Gaza looms large as negotiators seek a broader hostage deal. No Americans were among those set free today. However, at least one more group of captives is expected to be released tomorrow. But there are questions over which groups are actually holding hostages. So far, all those freed are women or juveniles, and there is increasing worry for those left behind. Richard Engel has the latest.
The ceasefire tonight is holding. Hamas releasing this edited video of another group of hostages freed. This time, nearly all of them are elderly. The oldest is 84. They are 10 Israelis and 2 Thai nationals, no Americans. In exchange, Israel will release 30 Palestinian prisoners. But Hamas doesn't have all of the hostages in Gaza. Dozens are held by other militant groups, and their families worry they're being ignored. Today in Tel Aviv, the Bibas family held a rally in support of Yarden, Shiri, and their children, Ariel and Kafir, all hostages in Gaza. They held orange balloons to evoke the children's hair. These are their before videos. Kafir giggling as his father gives him kisses. At 10 months, he's the youngest of all the hostages. And Ariel, 4 years old, driving his bulldozer. The baby and toddler have been held for 7 weeks in Gaza, where freed hostages say they were kept in the dark, often in tunnels, with barely enough food and surrounded by masked gunmen. Since the Bibas are apparently not held by Hamas, the Israeli military says Hamas handed them to another group. They've been passed over time and again. Supporters today released the balloons as a symbol of the liberation they've been denied. The Bibas family is beloved in Israel. TV crews follow them around, respectfully, hoping they'll be on hand if they finally get word that at least the children are coming home.
So we just wanted to raise our voice and to speak for them and to say that it cannot be that this ceasefire will end without them being released. It's like a shot in the chest every time that the names are not in the list.
And how does all of this feel, that everywhere you go, people want to talk to you? Look at all these cameras around. People in Israel are really rallying behind you and all of the hostage families.
Yeah, it's really heartwarming, and it really does give us, the family, strength and hope to continue our struggle.
No one from the Bibas family was freed tonight. They'll have one more chance tomorrow. After that, unless the truce is extended, Israel's war on Gaza to destroy Hamas resumes.
And Richard, as we said at the top of the broadcast, this ceasefire is expected to end tomorrow. Are there any talks underway to extend it again?
There are very serious negotiations in Qatar with the head of the CIA, the head of Israeli intelligence, the Mossad, Qatari officials, and they're trying to build on what has been accomplished so far and expand the negotiations, expand the hostage talks so that they don't just include women and children, but include military-age men and women.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.